My name is Adam Reed, I work for Corbel Conservation and I'm an apprentice carpenter. Before I joined Corbel I had quite a mixed few jobs actually. I worked in a clothes shop for a few years, and then I worked in a charity shop selling furniture. Then I became a manager of that shop, and that kind of got me into sort of woodwork and kind of thinking about furniture and how it goes together. And then I did a college evening course and got a job with Corbel after that. It was quite a kind of straightforward route really. The only thing was my age was a bit of a sort of odd one with being an apprentice at my age, but no, I sort of made it work and got where I want to be. When I saw the Corbel advert, it actually stood out to me as a job applying, because it was so different to your standard carpentry sort of job roles. When they talked about conservation and history and sort of the appreciation of that really stood out to me, and I hadn't seen that in other jobs that I'd looked at. So that was really what drew me to them. The differences between the cinema and the other buildings we've worked on, I'm quite interested in cinema anyway, so it's really cool to come back and see the ins and outs of it. Yeah, it's really interesting to see how the cinema works behind the scenes. I'm sure it's very different to a more modern cinema and how that operates, so that's what's been really interesting to work on. And what stood out to me was the really lovely tin walls. They were really interesting, and like I said, to sort of interact with those, and that was a really good start. And then when we started working on the roof and seeing all the different timber and how it works with the metal trusses and things like that, it was, yeah, that's what's so good about conservation, is every building is different, and when you start digging around and getting into these spaces, you see how people have done it differently over so many years, and that's what keeps it interesting really. I feel quite privileged really to have started in, you know, essentially the sort of most interesting area of carpentry, and I think it's, as a carpenter, it's one of the most skilled jobs to be in as well, because you're having to fit in with everything that's existing there, and you get to use older techniques, and it's just, yeah, it's really good to work with timber in that way, which you might not get a chance to in a more modern building.